Many college graduates are entering the workforce and facing important decisions about their finances. According to an analysis of May 2021 census data posted by NerdWallet, 43 million Americans have student loan debt. That is about 1 in every 8 Americans. In addition to these payments, new graduates will also face choices about budgeting, 401ks, and more. For more on this, I want to bring in Amy Richardson. She is a certified financial planner for Schwab Intelligent Portfolios Premium. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us. What advice would you give to new graduates who might just be starting out with their very first job?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, this is such an exciting time for them. So don't be overwhelmed. We're here to help you keep it simple with 3 really easy steps, I would say, that I would love to highlight for everyone. So first and foremost, we want everyone to create a budget. And that's really going to serve as the guardrails to help keeping everything on track, right? That provides a really important foundation for understanding, how much you can spend on housing and cars, right? Second, we really want to stress the importance of an emergency savings fund for our new grads. This is something that we like to call a rainy day fund, and it's there to help give you an in case of emergency access, right? So think of this fund as something that you put money into and set aside, kind of out of sight, out of mind, where if you have something like a medical bill or a car payment or something fixed in your house, a water heater, something like that, you already know that you've got money set aside to help you through these difficult times, right? That can already be stressful. Having an emergency savings fund really allows for you not to get overwhelmed with kind of the emotional burden of having to come up with that extra cash or figure out where do I borrow this from or put it on my credit card, which really helps us not incur more debt, right, and incur those interest charges. So going back to the budget first, I wanted to talk first about the emergency savings fund because that's something that we want our new grads to think about when they're looking at their budget. So first, we want people to understand really what is that take-home pay that you're going to be getting from your new job. Second, what are your expenses, right? What are you going to spend on housing, utilities, entertainment, that type of thing? And then what are you going to need to put away for savings? And once you add all that up, that kind of helps us figure out where to go from here. Then we can use that emergency savings fund to put away 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses, again, to help with that rainy day. And then we can move on to starting to think about the fun stuff. And that's what I really love. What's ahead of these new grads is you get to start setting goals for yourself, right? What do you have in mind for the short term? What about the long-term goals that you have? And the way that we can really make this simple is helping people create a financial plan. And that really serves as our roadmap to help us figure out what do I need to do to accomplish, let's say I want to go on vacation. What if I want to take a European trip in the next few years? What do I need to do to save up for that? Also, I know I should be thinking about retirement. So how do I package that all together to make it really streamlined? And that's exactly what a financial plan will do. But most importantly, setting those goals. We know that with any goal setting, right, even if it's in maybe your health initiative, having a disciplined strategy is really the key to success. And that's what we're here to help our folks navigate.
So you talk about this emergency fund. That's a separate savings account then from any sort of retirement fund or short-term goals. So these are sort of like 3 different pockets I'm seeing of savings. One is an emergency fund, one is your retirement fund, and the other one is your sort of more short-term fund, like you said, the trip or whatever it is that you want to do. That's a lot of savings, asking young people to put away when a lot of them have trouble, paying their student loan debt and making rent. Right. So what are you talking about? Like a couple dollars here and there? Like how can a lot of young people in their first job when they've got to pay for rent often in expensive metropolis areas and they've got to pay off their student loan debt? How can they realistically be putting any money away to save?
Well, that's where that budget comes in, right? And start small, right? I understand we have competing priorities and housing is definitely one of the biggest ticket items that new grads will face. But the idea is if we create the budget and understand where all of our money is going, we're more apt to make well-informed decisions. And therefore, we can figure out where in our budget do we want to spend, for example, housing, and maybe we eat in more versus eating out. So think about those little trade-offs that you can make. Now, absolutely keeping in mind with that budget, we want to make sure that we are servicing our debt payments or our liabilities, right? So make sure that part of your budget is that you're able to pay your student loan payments or make your credit card payments. We really want people to focus on that. And that's part of the budgeting process. And then when you think about the emergency fund, again, out of sight, out of mind, so that you're just saving a little bit into that along the way to get up to that 3 to 6 months of expenses. But this should all be a process, right? We understand this is new. We want people to, again, not feel overwhelmed. There are tools, right? And there's resources to help simplify this and get you in the habit. That's really what this is about. It's starting good habits early on so that they become part of our nature, right? And we're not trying to make up for lost time in years down the road.
Great financial advice. Amy Richardson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.